let's go and insert the header for our low-resolution wireframe layout. And as we've seen a number of times already, the header is there. He is inside the structure. We just can't see him. How do I know that he's inside the structure? Because I see him inside the HTML. If I go all the way back to my HTML, there he is sitting right there. But again, he doesn't have any dimensions, any structure to him. So he is there. He's just not appearing as anything inside the web browser. So let's go and set him up here inside, of course, our external style sheet. So I'm just going to keep adding these guys on to my media query here as we go, just like we did earlier. And again, we've been smart about this. We've been using HTML5 elements to help us out. So I'm just going to insert header here into my low-resolution media query, just like that. So I've got header, I've got the curvy brackets there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set a temporary background color for this guy, a light gray background color, so RGB, and then 200, 200, 200, like so, finishing off with the closing semicolon, of course. And the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of pull a trick out of what we did earlier on. I'm not going to bother setting a width for this guy because I want the header's width to be the overall width of the object or the container that he sits inside, which is, of course, the master div. So the header's sitting inside the master. I want the header to be 100% of the width of the master. So I'm not even going to bother setting a width, and that will set 100% width for me, if that makes sense. Again, this is something we did earlier on. But what I will do is I will force a height on this guy. So I'm going to go height, full colon space, and I'm going to use 130 pixels. I'm not sure if this is going to be a final height that I'll use for the final layout, but we'll use it here at least for our wireframe. Go ahead and save up your work, and that's really all there is to it for our header. You can head back to your browser and refresh, and sure enough, there's our header sitting there inside the low-resolution wireframe layout, of course, with the temporary background color. And of course, he's 100% of the 95%, if that makes sense. So once again, if the low-resolution scales, the width of the header is going to scale with it. Of course, he's going to continue scaling even when I break out into one of the other media queries. Something like that. Or, of course, well, he's not going to scale when we get out to the high resolution because that's a fixed width, but I think you understand what I'm trying to say here. So he's going to scale there for us. All right, there we go. Now, for the fun stuff, of course, our main navigation menu. We saw how to set this up earlier on. A little bit more involved, a little bit more intricate because we're going to be setting up 3 rules inside our external style sheet. And, of course, some of those rules are going to be compound rules as well. Let's go and check it out.